Like you see stuff like that in cartoons now, and it's on purpose.
Yeah, they're doing it to be like ironic and doing it as satire. But yeah, if you've seen a incredibly racist cartoon that we didn't mention here, put it in the comments below and we'll watch it. Yeah. So there you go. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything really much else to say about this topic.
I don't know. I feel like I've now become more racist just by watching all of these videos. So
we're sorry.
Yeah, sorry. We're sorry.
We're sorry.
So what I'm seeing in social media is a younger generation poking fun at some of their previous generation's serious issues. That could be one of two things. That could be just young people not really understanding what happened in the generation before them, and it could be young people totally understanding what happened in the generation before them and making light of it. So to me, that's what I see. I see that could be because young people do dumb stuff. We can all agree to that. I've made light of serious situations. I've had to check myself over the years and say, hey, you know, that's not funny. You shouldn't be joking around about that, you know, on various situations. So I totally believe that could be one of those two things. The second question, I don't remember what you asked me.
So what do you think that means?
Says about our
yeah.
About
So
our
what
culture.
does that say about our culture? Well, no, let's go back. So you said there was two things, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe young people not understanding the gravity of what they're
making fun of.
What they're making fun of. Is that helpful or is that harmful?
I see it in both ways. I see it as helpful because it's an opportunity for the elders to come and school young kids and let them know, because people have had to check me about things I was joking about. And that's an opportunity for connections to be made. It's an opportunity for young people to learn and grow. On the other hand, it's harmful because like all young people and like all human beings, not everybody's going to have a listening ear. Not every elder is going to share that wisdom. So on that part that's left open, and it's like to me grabbing a knife out of the dish rack, and it's sitting up. To me, that's the equivalent to it. So it can be helpful and harmful depending upon how we as humans respond to it.
Okay. So the second part of that same statement you just made, you also said that there may be young people who know very well.
Who know good and well, yeah.
Who know good and well.
Yeah.
That they're making fun of something that they should be making fun of. So what is it that they're trying to get by doing that? Because all human behavior is goal-directed. People do stuff because it gets stuff.
Right, so what's the intent
So what do you
behind
think the intent is?
If I had to guess what the intent is, I wouldn't be able to because everybody has their own agenda.
Well, in social media, right? So what are you seeing in social media?
I'm a was considered a late end baby boomer. And my mother chose for us to be here in the city, and I went to a racially integrated high school, junior, senior high, 40% African American. I think this whole line where people don't understand their connection to racism and their connection to institutional racism. This is just my thought. I don't have any evidence or proof of this. Is the result of people taking themselves out and away from black people into the suburbs, into the exurbs, and just, you know, no more investigation of this question. And I don't know what's happened in public education since I left public education. I don't know if these things are covered in the schools or anything like that. I just don't know. But it seems like there's a whole group of young people that are just unaware of what's happened and unaware of the privilege that they experience, and in some cases the racism that they experience. And it's kind of maybe part and parcel. I don't know. Now I'm going in a slightly different direction. So my first idea is it has to do with racial isolation. And then there's another trend, you know, where young people of white and people of color are growing up together. but still without a sense of history and without a sense of what's gone on before, that seems to minimize all of these behaviors, or it seems to legitimize all of these behaviors somehow in a way that's very confusing to me. Very confusing. And it offends me, but I'm not really sure how I would enter into that discussion with people who are making these choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one more lane switch, and then I'll let you go in terms of whatever you want to say.
All right.
We can do that. So I'm also doing a piece on equality versus equity.
Okay.
And so, what do you? First of all, tell us what your definition is between those two. I mean, how do you define equity and how do you define equality?
Oh, I should have a, off the top of my head definition for equity, which would be the Policy Links definition, which I don't have at the top of my head. But the difference for me between equality and equity is that we're all equal. I'm of equal value as you, as a woman. Equal value as you as a man versus me being a woman. Or equal value, I'm a person who's identified as white, and you are a person who's identified as black or African American. We're of equal value. Equity to me is about systems and whether or not the systems deliver the same rights and privileges of the U.S. citizenship to you as they do to me, or to me as they do to a man. So equity is about how a system operates. And then the other thing about equity, you're just catching me, here on an afternoon, a holiday afternoon, but equity is also, fairness, people think is, equality seems to be tied to an idea about fairness, and fairness seems to be an idea that everybody's treated the same.